Flores.
And I'm Aaron Michael Sanchez.
And in the Money Talk studios, we have Edmund Druilhet, the executive producer of The Bankers Made Off with America. Edmund, welcome to Money Talk.
Well, thank you. Glad you guys having a good time over there. I can hear you.
You know, we always believe in having fun, and you know, because if you can't have fun, then you know, then why even do it? Why even breathe? Why wake up in the morning, right?
That's right. That's exactly right.
And so Edmund, you produced a very interesting movie recently. The Banksters made off with America. Obviously, you know, this is a play on words with Bernie Madoff as the central figure in this. But can you sort of walk us through, you know, why this project, you know, and how you actually managed to put this together, and where you are now with its release?
Well, yes. The way I put it together was just when this all was transpiring in the news, I thought, wow, well, this is going to be really interesting. Let me grab a hold of this and do a press release and see what happens. And sure enough, I did a press release. I was going to make this movie that Michael Moore was going to cover it up, and if the real truth was going to come out, we're going to have to get after it. And we're tired of the Scumdog Billionaires. I think that was the hit movie at the time, Scumdog Millionaires. You know, corrupting America and taking advantage of us. And so they picked it up. The next day I was on Entertainment Tonight, ABC, NBC, CBS News within the next week. And it's been a long ride ever since. And my motivation was to get to the truth because I knew it was going to be covered up by the major media. And sure enough, that's what ended up happening. And so it hadn't been easy. It's been a long road. And I think I might end up having to go through, looks like China and Russia, and then work my way back because I'm being blocked. And that's a whole other story. But the media does an incredible job. They do their job really, really well, the mainstream media, and that's to hide the truth. So I'm one of these filmmakers that wants to bring the truth to America and talk about what really happened to our country and what's happening to our country. So that's the motivation.
And in this movie, you got some pretty well-known talent. I mean, you had Tom Sizemore, David Carradine, Rachel Hunter, you know, and the cast of others. So I mean, you managed to bring some talent together, and it sounds like you did this, you know, in a very timely manner because you know there hasn't been a whole lot of time that's elapsed between you know this whole Madoff incident and where we are today. And it sounds like you've got this thing in the can, and you've started the distribution process.
Yes, I have. Been at Cannes, the Cannes Film Festival, American Film Market, and have some really powerful people here in various countries that are stepping up to help out. So it could take off from here, but it's been a long process.
So now tell me, as a producer, you know, what did you personally learn about this whole financial fiasco, this Ponzi scheme that was perpetrated by Bernie? I mean, what personal lessons did you get from this experience as a producer for this movie?
Well, personally, a lot of America, the blue-collar workers, like my father, worked a hard job his whole life, 7 a.m. till 5 in the afternoon, and he lost his retirement. Basically, it's all gone. And so, what seems to be what's transpired is the direct investors with Bernie Madoff seem to have gotten their money back. If you follow the news and media and do any research, a little Larry King from Larry King Live, you know, he got his money back. A lot of the big boys did, but who didn't were the our parents that worked their whole, and maybe some of us worked their whole lives, and now the retirement is magically gone from Wall Street. So again, you know, the direct investors, Bernie Madoff, over half of the direct investors were money managers. So therefore, if you know, they're claiming they lost, C. Brown Investments lost $30 million to Bernie Madoff. Well, there wasn't their money. Well, they're getting it back. So the whole thing is a Ponzi. The Ponzi is the Ponzi when it really comes down to it, it seems. So we've been hustled, again, by being misled from the gates. So when I mentioned that I was going to do this, they put me all over primetime media, interviewed me live. And then as soon as I started talking about what actually happened, which is money laundering by the biggest players in the world, then they backed off. So I'm going to launch a whole nother, coming up here, probably starting today, and getting the truth out about what really happened. So, yeah, people losing their homes now. They're getting their homes stolen. The banks are admitting that they're putting, like, bogus beneficiary on the loan docs. I have some really powerful people in this movie, like the guy that represents the state of California, state of New York, and 12 other states to sue the banks for the people. Hager, Robert Hager is one. So it's got a lot of factual information, and then I go off out of a comic book, and I have a little layer of fiction, which not everybody wants to be told what to think. So I have a layer of fiction in there, and that way they can take whatever they want out of the movie, and or they can look at it as just a fiction.
Interesting. So the company that you run, that you founded, is called Dragon Lion Media, LLC. And is this the first documentary-based or type of project that Dragon Lion Media has put together?
Major film. Yeah, I've done other TV shows and pilots, and I produced other films with other people. But yeah, it's the more notable film. I'm doing a film now called The Battle of Farmageddon, and that's exposing the pharmaceutical industry and how that all started, how the Rockefeller started the pharmaceutical industry. They went into oil, Standard Oil. But again, that's the banksters too. See, the Rockefellers, the banksters, and the banksters have their hands in everything. So a lot of people think we're being poisoned by the pharmaceutical companies now, and they're probably not far off. So it's an ongoing subject. It's an ongoing brand, the banksters.
By the way, Edmund, Joseph Love here. What do you think happened to the money? What's your theory on that?
Well, listen, if you supposedly invest in Bernie Madoff for 20 years, if you put $1 million up and they got 20% per year, that's in 5 years, at 20%, you double your money. So now you have $2 million. In 10 years, you have 4. In 15 years, you have 8. In 20 years, you have $16 million. So if a Madoff investor has $16 million in 20 years and he's crying about losing $1 million, let's talk about the other 15. See, no one's talking about that. No one's talking about how the Suns, they got commissions off of $65 billion, but yet they didn't know their father's business. It's just insane, the stupidity that they want us to believe about the Bernie Madoff story. So it's a big story. It's going to be around for a while because when you connect the dots, it goes places that they don't want you to know.
Right.
Larry Silverstein was a Madoff investor. He bought the Twin Towers and made $7.2 billion in 30 days, and he invested in Bernie Madoff. Do the research. No one's talking about that. So it's quite fascinating, the whole story. His mother was shut down by the SEC in 1963. She had a company called Gibraltar Investments, according to Fortune magazine. Well, Gibraltar Investments was Meyer Lansky's laundromat. Meyer Lansky was the godfather for 60 years. So now you have an
Edmund, I'm sorry at this point to cut you off. We're out of time. But if people want to learn more about the movie, The Banksters Made Off with America, where can they learn more?
www.madeoffwithamerica.com. MADOFF withamerica.com.
Fantastic. Well, Edmund, thank you very much. Edmund with Dragon Lion Media. Edmund Druilhet, thank you for joining us on Money Talk. And join us back 4 p.m. next week, Wednesday.
Thank you, Jesse. Yep.
Dollar bill tone, come on, that